Well, hello, y'all. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. It really depends if you're new here or not. I did start to make this video a couple days ago, but I'm not gonna lie, I just did not have the energy today to do it, and I feel like it came across in my voice that I was just not feeling it, so I wanted to wait until I was in a mood like this one. Today I have the energy, and I have the time, so we're gonna be diving into it. Now, this video probably does look familiar, but I did make this video on my channel a while ago. I reacted to it. I can't remember how many months ago it was, but since I've reacted to this video, I've had a surplus of new subscribers, so I wanted to remake this video because I have updated thoughts and opinions about the things that he's saying in it. Just given where we're at with Eugenia Cooney today, I have updated thoughts. And it intrigued so many of y'all when I first covered this video. It's not for everybody. Again, it's not for everybody, but it intrigued a lot of you guys, and y'all wanted me to find more tarot readings on the situation, and so I want to dive back into it. I just feel like there's so many new people here on this channel that probably didn't see my older content, and they probably will be interested in this one, so I want to give it another go. And like I said, I have updated thoughts and opinions about everything, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun watch. Again, this is Aphrodite, and he does tarot readings, and he did do Eugenia Cooney, but he also did Eugenia Cooney's parents, and I feel like it's interesting to watch. So I never did react to the one that he did with the parents, but I do but I do want to dive back into that video and possibly do a reaction to it, but I want to know what y'all think about it. I more than likely will do a reaction to it, but I want to see what y'all have to say about it, okay? And before you click away, I know there's going to be a few of you who are like, well, I just don't believe in tarot cards, or I don't think the readings are accurate, or it's just not your cup of tea or anything. Cup of milk with a nice cookie beside it. If it's not your cup of anything, bear with me, please, and try to watch it, because it's really scarily accurate. Okay, it's really scarily accurate how these cards kind of read out, and it gives a little bit of clarity in a way to what could potentially be going on in that chaotic Cooney household. If you've seen my earlier content, or you followed me for my Eugenia Cooney content, you probably know I do a lot of speculation, and I have a lot of questions, and we've found some very bizarre things in the past watching her content, things that could equal up to trauma or some type of assault that happened to her growing up. And like I said, I just feel like there's so many questions to be answered that we don't have answers for, and all we can do is speculate until the truth comes out. Now, we're going to be diving into it, but again, keep in mind that this card reading is scarily accurate to what could potentially be going on. I know there's a lot of things that he's going to bring up with these cards that we might not have thought about in the past, or I've seen this before, so I know I've thought about it, but some of y'all might see some of these tarot readings and be like, wow, that's fucking troubling to even think about. So we're going to be diving right into the video. As I said, it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, so if you want to pause the video, go grab yourself a snack or a drink, whatever you need, feel free to do so. But with that being said, now, we're going to be diving right into it.
Yesterday, everyone was sending me the video of her friends. So, allegedly, her friends are claiming that her mom did not allow her to do anything, that she has a driver, that she has to drive her everywhere, and she's super in control, allegedly, and that her mom did not, they said that allegedly her mom has not sent her to the doctor in 5 years. So, that is alarming, if true, I don't know.
I'm sorry to cut it so short, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of context for if you're like, wait, what friend? What video? What happened? It's Jacqueline Glenn's video basically about the 5150 that they had issued on Eugenia Cooney. Again, it was not Jacqueline's decision to send her to the psych evaluation center. It was quite literally the psychological evaluation team who deemed her as unfit, and they're the ones who ultimately made the call for Eugenia. It wasn't Jacqueline. They were just concerned, and they wanted somebody to actually psychologically evaluate her to make sure that she was sound enough to take care of herself and to make the proper decisions for her health moving forward. And of course, the evaluation team was like, you're coming with us, okay? We're doing a 5150. And I had reacted to that video. I will leave it in the description box down below, so if you want to check it out after this video, feel free to do so. It's a very good video made by Jacqueline Glenn and David Michael Frank and Eva and it gives some context. We always ask if Eugenia ever had a real friend, and she did have a real friend at a time, and it was Jacqueline in this little group. And they talked about their personal experience with Eugenia, what it was like trying to hang out with her, and how she always had a driver with her, and it was very orchestrated. It had to be set up to the T. The mother had to know everything going on. There was a driver there to make sure that nothing did happen to Eugenia, which sounds sweet to an extent. It's like, oh, she has like a bodyguard almost. No, it was a driver to make sure that Eugenia didn't go out and about and spill the tea of what's going on in that household. Okay? It was very creepy. But anyway, I just wanted to give that little bit of context for anybody who was wondering about what video or what friend it could have potentially been.
But I'm a little bit confused, and I think all of us have said the same thing over the years, those of us who are fans of Eugenia, like, how is your mom on all your videos and not as concerned as we are? Like, we've all felt that there had to be some sort of weird dynamic with the family. I mean, you didn't need to be a psychic to think that there had to be something off about that relationship. There has to be. I mean, there's no way, like, as a mother, there wasn't some sort of something. You know what I mean? Allegedly. But yeah, so I guess what we're going to do here is kind of see what the hell is going on. What's going on with Eugenia Cooney? What's going on with her mom? What's going on with her? I'm just going to dive right in and try to figure it out. Remember that this is all for entertainment purposes only, and this is all alleged and allegedly.
As a content creator, I can vouch for the word allegedly being my best friend and holding my hand every video that I do. And a lot of people, not everybody, but I have seen my fair share of comments where people are like, why are you saying allegedly so much? Or why do you say it's allegedly if, like, we know what it is? For legal reasons, okay? We do speculation content, especially tarot readings. It's not... Y'all get it. You know what I mean? It's more so opinion-based. So if we're talking about something, we have to say allegedly. Just, again, for legal reasons.
Alright, guys. It's going to be a tough one. So it's going to be a little bit emotional. But we want Eugenia to be her best self. And we want Eugenia to get better. I also thought it was strange that she was, like, saying, like... She was literally saying, she was like, oh, yeah, I've been gone since January, but she wasn't in rehab for 6 months. Like, what was going on? What was she doing? Like, I just have so many questions. I felt like nothing answered. Like, that video was like a fluff piece. I was like, what? Where is the real tea? Like, where's the reality? Where's the reality? Because it just felt like a character. So, let's go ahead and pull on this. Yeah, I don't really... Oh my god. This is bad. I don't even... For anybody who knows tarot, you probably just literally crapped your pants. That's bad. That's really bad. This is literally a tower. That's really bad. Okay. All right, well, let's just go into it. So first and foremost, the Eight of Swords is like a victim of circumstance or being pressured, trapped, and pushed. If I ever pull an Eight of Swords reversed, especially if we're looking at a specific person and they're this Eight of Swords that's reversed, they're literally a victim of the circumstances around them. The Four of Wands would be their environment. So they're a victim of their environment, and the Tower card is a dramatic, catastrophic event. This is chaos, drama, fighting. This is literally something that is built up to fail. This is something that's destined to fail. This is something that has a faulty foundation that has existed for years and is chaos. This would be the connection with her mother, allegedly.
The relationship that Deb and Eugenia have is a very interesting one, to say the least. It's very estranged, almost. It's like they... And I said this in the last video I made, where they baked crumble cookies together, Eugenia and her mother. And I was like, they're not giving me mother-daughter vibes. It's like a roommate you're forced to get along with. Deb also, and I'm a parent, so I think maybe that's why I think this way specifically. Maybe if I wasn't a parent, I'd have a different opinion. But the jabs that she throws at Eugenia all the time, especially like Eugenia did her makeup, and she was like, oh my goodness, I don't want you to make me like a crazy fucking goth. Just like talking shit basically about how Eugenia wore her makeup, saying she was just crazy. And then that jab that they did when they was doing face paint, she was turning her into the girl from Tokyo, Japan, whatever. I can't remember what it was. I'm not like into that really. But she was turning her into a ghoul from a anime series. And the mom was like, oh, you should go as Jack Skellington for Halloween. Oh, that would be so fitting. But I could never be Jack Skellington. I can be like more like the boogeyman. And she did that more so as a jab towards her weight. And we all know Eugenia like idolizes Jack Skellington. She has a weird obsession with Jack Skellington. It could be because he's a skeleton. We don't know. Okay? But I feel like if you want your daughter to get help, but you're comparing her to a skeleton that she idolizes, I don't think that's very helpful, you know? But not just that, but there's just so many times where Deb was so ignorant to Eugenia, made faces at her, mocked her. I just don't feel like you shouldn't do that to anybody, but especially not to your own kid. I feel like that's entirely too wrong.
The Four of Wands is also literally, I don't know if you can see, it's a mom and a dad. So, right off the bat, does anybody know anything about her dad? Because I know they talk about her mom. Is her dad still in the picture? I know she was with her brother. Here's what I'll tell you. The Four of Wands being reversed is also a house. So if the Four of Wands is reversed, that house that we saw is a show house. I know she said they owned another place, but there's something off with that house. I know we all saw it in the video, but that's a show house. That is a show house. It's reversed. I don't think that they're all living in that house as much as they're saying they're living. That's a show house. I don't understand.
I'm going to say this is alleged for legal reasons, and I highly encourage everybody to do their own independent research and form your own opinions. But I will say, from what I've heard online and the articles I've seen, the father has a history of alcoholism dating back from early as 2012 when he did get a DUI. Okay, he was driving drunk and he got pulled over. The car was riding on its left front rim or the right front rim. It was one of the rims it was riding on. And he got pulled over and arrested for a DUI. The house we talked about 1,000 times. Okay, the house. She does Christmas tours, okay, every year like clockwork. She does a Christmas house tour. And she walks around and shows off all the decorations, and it's very decked out. It's very decked out. And I always question myself, is that something that they do for like the holidays and then they just leave it like that for the next holiday to film it, or what's going on? And Eugenia at one point was in the dining room and there was a little end table thing in front of the windows and there was mugs all over it, and she was like, yeah, my mom really likes Frozen. She really likes Olaf. Hence we have 6 mugs that are the exact same because my mom likes Olaf. I think I still have that Christmas house tour up on my channel, so if I do have that up on my channel, I will go ahead and leave it linked in the video description down below, so feel free to go check it out. But I've questioned myself if they truly live there or if it is just a house that they use for filming and show, because Eugenia did show off her bedroom at one point, and then she stopped having a bed, and it was just a couch full of supply boxes around her, just nothing but makeup. And I question, maybe they go there and this is just where they work, where she works, you know what I mean? And it would explain as well. And I questioned, I know it's a big house, but they always have their dog on a leash. And I thought to myself, well, if that's your home, the dog, you know, why can't he just, you know, have fun in the house too and just go where he wants to go? And I understand it's a small dog, it's a big home, you don't want to lose him. But at the same time, it would make sense if the dog's not that familiar with the home or the property. Maybe it is just a show house.
There's something off. Either that's a show house or there's another place that has more information that they didn't tell us about in that video. Because there's a house missing. The Four of Wands means that that's either a show house or there's a house missing. There has to be. There has to be. There has to be. That's literally the home card. For me, at least. There has to be something off there. I don't understand. It's so weird. I know she talked about another house, but I don't. There's something else. There's something else. Now, the Two of Cups is upright, the Strength card's upright, and the Page of Pentacles is reversed. Let me tell you something. That scares the crap out of me, because that right there is about not meeting expectations. That means Eugenia, this is Eugenia and her connection to her mom, right? The Two of Cups is like a loving bond, a very strong loving bond, right? And the Strength card is stubbornness, which means it's gone on forever, okay? And it also means that her mom is very strong and stern, will never stop doing what she wants. She's very, very, think of it like a Taurus, super stubborn. But the Page of Pentacles is about expectations. So this means that she has high expectations and that Eugenia can never meet them. That's literally what that means. That means that allegedly, that means that She feels like she can never meet her expectations, and she feels like she can never meet her mom's expectations. Those are insane expectations, by the way. Again, I'm worried about punishment. Oh my God, I pulled the Empress reverse. That's mom. This Page of Wands is reversed. So this would be about stifling your individuality, stifling your voice, stifling your creativity. This also means her mom has her hand in all of her creative projects. The Eight of Pentacles is upright with the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups would be like wanting to detach. Eugenia wants to detach. There's nothing more that she wants to do than detach. The Eight of Pentacles is upright, which says that Eugenia should have been sending out smoke signals. That means that she's been putting an effort to detach. She has been telling someone. This Page of Wands is also reversed, which means her mom found out. So there's another person here that we don't know about that Eugenia has reached out to or sent a smoke signal to 100%.
Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking, oh my God, she probably sent the smoke signal to Jeffree Star or to Shane, and Shane sent it to Jeffree Star or something, right? But this was 4 or 5 years ago. Y'all, I'm an idiot. It was in 2019, and it's right there at the top of the screen. But I think the smoke signal that he might be referring to is, well, she's been telling somebody and the mom found out, is probably through her content that we've covered that she's put online. She's made videos talking about the weird things that her mom does that makes her uncomfortable. She's made storytime videos where she talked about instances that should have never happened to her. And she's also left in certain clips where it's very troubling. And you think to yourself, why would you leave that in the video unless you want it to be seen? You want that to be heard and you want people to talk about it. One thing I will reference after saying she wants somebody to hear it, do y'all remember it was a good long time ago where she uploaded a video titled something about curling my hair with a wand for the first time? And in the background of the video, well, there was a few jump cuts where you could hear some type of commotion going on and her face would drop and then there would be a jump cut. It's like she was censoring an argument that was happening in the background that she didn't want people to hear. Probably changed her vibe for the video, so she wasn't that happy moving forward with the video, but she left in a clip, and I know she heard it. It's visible. It's very audible. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear Deb in the background screaming, I just want the money, and somebody is screaming, you're killing her. Deb said, well, I just want the money. And I feel like that was left in there intentionally. Oh Lord, y'all remember that video too of Deb freaking out about the washer machine breaking down? What the hell? She had an absolute meltdown. And I had some people in the comment section saying, well, washers are expensive. I agree. But are they that expensive when you have millions of dollars? Are they? And that's something, for them to replace a washer or dryer, that's quite literally like just going to the market to buy a sandwich for one of us. It's chump change to them. So to have a meltdown that badly, really? You know, it's understandable too if like you don't like spending the money. I know you don't get rich and stay rich by spending all your money, but at the same time, it's like that meltdown was just unnecessary, in my opinion. And maybe Eugenia Cooney left it in there, or even she filmed her mom doing it, okay? She filmed her mom having the breakdown, followed her during her breakdown. The mom was pulling out her fucking hair, and Eugenia uploaded it to the internet. And I think that was her way of saying, she's not that stable. What do you guys think? And to bring up the dad just really quickly, I promised you we're going to get back in Aphrodite's video, but hear me out. Just to bring up the dad very quickly. There was moments where he would just, like, say uncomfortable things to her on stream. But there was this one time where he kind of started to come through the door. Then she's like, well, hey, I'm streaming. And he, like, backs back out. You know, he don't want to show his face. And understandably, I'm not saying anybody has to show their face, but just hear me out. He said something, and she said, oh, do you want to say hello? Like, do you want to be on camera? And he's like, no, like, that's your thing. I'm going to go. Then he closes the door and walks out. And again, he didn't know she was filming prior to coming into the room until she told him. Then he quickly backed out. And Eugenia started to get antsy and a little bit jumpy. And she's like, well, did you guys see him? Did you guys see his face? Like, she wanted us to. Like, something was happening, and she wanted his identity to be out there.
100%. She has tried to get out before. There is someone that knows information. They should be coming forward because the Eight of Pentacles is upright, which usually means effort is rewarded. So this person should be coming forward. There should be another person coming forward 100%. The Page of Swords is reversed, and the Empress is reversed. Empress is mom, and she's reversed. Empress, yeah, that's mom. Literally, she's reversed, which means that she abuses her power. That's an abuse of control, abuse of power. The Page of Swords is always about fighting, and when it's reversed, it tells me people walk on eggshells around her. They're afraid to fight. That is 100% true. And the Temperance card, well, allegedly. The Temperance card being upright is about patience and balance. However, the problem I have with this is that her mother is very meticulous about everything, and she will wait forever for her opportunities. She's also going to strike back at Jacqueline. So good luck, girl. She's coming right for you. The Page of Swords is reversed, which means she's held on to this for a long periodically of time. She has some dirt on Jacqueline. I don't know how she got it. I don't know. Maybe Eugenia accidentally told her because whatever, but girl, good luck. The Eight of Cups is upright, the Page of Cups is reversed, and the Three of Pentacles is upright. So, the Eight of Cups being upright makes sense, right? She temporarily walked away from all of her stuff. The Three of Pentacles means her job is fine, so Eugenia's not going anywhere. But the Page of Cups being reversed means that Eugenia does not enjoy anything that's going on. So if anybody is telling you otherwise, I mean, Eugenia is not pleased with what's going on. She definitely doesn't know who to trust, but she's also not naive or as stupid as she looks or as people think she is or anything of the sort. The Page of Cups is reversed. She knows that her mom is not sentimental. She knows her mom is not invested. She knows. Yes, she still loves her. Yes, the bond is still strong, although it's not a healthy bond. It's just because this bond is strong doesn't mean it's always healthy, especially with the Strength card. But she's not, this girl is not stupid. Eugenia is not stupid, okay? She's not stupid, which is why I want to figure out what is holding her. So I don't know the situation with her parents. Are they divorced? Did he die? Because this is like marriage reversed or commitment reversed. The Justice card is reversed and the King of Cups is upright. There has to be something to do with her upbringing or her dad. This is deep, deep rooted. The Justice card is reversed. Does anyone know the situation? Because I'm worried that she's being blamed for the situation, for that situation. Because this is sometimes feeling the blame or feeling the brunt or feeling guilty for situations in family, especially if it has to do with like dad or anything of the sort.
This is going to be a huge, huge, huge speculation. I am not saying this is true. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying this is allegedly and just something that myself and a lot of you guys have talked about in the comment section and how it could potentially be a possibility. So with that being said, do your own independent research and form your own opinion, because what I'm about to say next is strictly, it has no factual evidence or anything behind it. It's just something that we have talked about and speculated on. With that being said, I feel like, and we've talked about this, and I've even said in the video I made where I reacted to Jacqueline Glenn's video, and I said maybe Eugenia Cooney does live streams so often because there's in the home, and maybe if she's on live stream, nobody can touch her or harm her or do certain things because the world will see. So maybe that's her way of protecting herself by going live for such extended periods of time. Also, if y'all hear noise in the background, there's a church near me that's being renovated and it's noisy. I can say that much. And we've always questioned why the dad isn't around that often. And Eugenia did say that he does work in New York, so he's gone for 8 to 9 months out of the year. 8 to 9 months out of the year. What a marriage, you know? But we questioned, what if the dad did something to potentially Eugenia? And there's no, like I said, there's no facts behind this. Please don't look at him that way. This is just something that we have speculated, okay? Again, please do your own independent research. This is all allegedly. But what if the dad did something to Eugenia and maybe that broke apart the marriage? What if somebody else did something to Eugenia that the mom let it slide and that broke apart the marriage and the mom blames Eugenia for breaking apart the marriage because one or the other thing happened? And Eugenia did talk about in a video a long time ago how she remembers as a child, someone dressed up in the Nutcracker outfit coming into her bedroom, and she specifically remembered that it was a man, but nothing else past that point. And when she brought it up to her mom shot it down and was like, "You're crazy, that never happened." But If my child came to me and said there's some grown ass man creeping around this house in a nutcracker outfit, motherfucker, we're calling witness protection because we're gonna go somewhere safe. But just allegedly, again, allegedly, what if something did happen, whether it was Eugenia's dad or another man potentially Deb had been with, something happened there with Eugenia, it broke apart the marriage, and now Deb holds it against Eugenia, and Eugenia feels guilt for it, even though she shouldn't feel guilt for something that happened to her, especially if it was traumatizing. Speculation, right? And I even brought it up in that video that I reacted to of Jacqueline Glenn talking about the 5150, and I've also brought it up in prior videos that I feel like they won't let her fully recover, because everybody knows when you're recovering from something, especially if you have to go to therapy sessions for it, they don't just beat around the bush and ask how you feel about it and then how you can get better. They try to find the root of the issue, what stemmed that disorder or that trauma, what happened. What if, and again, speculation, what if they are protecting either the dad or another family member involvement or somebody else, potentially the driver, we don't know. What if they're protecting somebody from getting exposed and potentially jail time? Why don't they want this girl to recover? And I keep thinking to myself, potentially why they don't want her to recover or allow her to fully recover or have a healthy environment around her is because they don't want that trauma brought up, because they don't want that specific individual exposed for something that they did to her as a child. That is huge and heavy speculation. Please take it with a grain of salt. We're just talking here. I really encourage open conversations. Don't bash anybody or attack anybody for the things we're saying in this video. This is just conversations that we've had on this channel for a period of time now. We want to get to the bottom of what's truly going on so she can actually recover from it. And she's never going to get the chance to recover if we don't uncover the main issue that she's had.
There has to be some sort of issue. Are they divorced? I'm gonna ask my Twitch chat. Do you know if they're divorced? Are they divorced or are they together? Like, what's the situation? Because there is a blame here. This is an emotional person, so this is like emotional chaos. And this would be like the separation between the two of them, and this is about her feeling guilty or getting blame. The dad is still alive. Okay. Allegedly an alcoholic, he had a DUI. Oh. Her dad was on her stream. Well, this is deep-rooted family issues. This is definitely deep-rooted family issues. I don't know what's going on with them, but I will tell you this. If they are married, this worries me. This is marriage reversed. But there is an issue between the mom and the dad that I think Eugenia either feels guilty for or is being blamed for from the mom. There's some sort of like transference there. There's a transference there, for sure. There's a transference there. There's something weird about that connection, boys and girls, allegedly. Something's off about that connection. Something's off. Yeah, it just weirds me out. The Eight of Pentacles is reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Nine of Swords upright, and the Ten of Wands. These are Eugenia carrying the burdens of the family. Eugenia is literally like a scapegoat. She carries all the burdens of the family. She's constantly stressed, overthinking, and anxiety-ridden. She doesn't even really know who she is because of all the stuff that she's carrying. She carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. That's literally what this is. It also tells me that I don't know the living situation. I don't know the money or anything like that. I don't know if they were well off beforehand, but what I can tell you is that Eugenia's stuff is literally shared amongst everyone.
Now, as far as the money goes, I don't know. Okay. The dad, I don't want to, like, expose what he does for a living, but he works in New York, and he has a very high-end job. He makes a lot of money. So Eugenia pretty much grew up in million-dollar mansions her entire life. This was prior to her even going into YouTube, so she is not the cash cow that everybody, including myself, had originally thought, and potentially still they are reaping money off of her, but that does not mean that she is the sole breadwinner, okay? The sole breadwinner is the father, and that's potentially why the mother stays with him, is because it pays for that luxury lifestyle that they live, where she can go to Disney 4 times a fucking week if she wanted to. But we talked about it. I remember there was a clip where they were at Disney, and Eugenia said, oh shoot, she didn't bring her wallet or her money with her. There was a Jack Skellington mug, I'm pretty sure that she had wanted, and the mom was like, yeah, well, we'll have to come back, pretty much insinuating when Eugenia can pay for it, they'll come back and get the mug. And Eugenia was like, yeah, sure, like, I'm just gonna have to come back and get it when I can afford to get it, because I need to get my money first to buy it. And just as a parent, understand, like, your kid's grown, you don't have to financially support them, but just get the damn mug for your kid, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, that's, like, besides the point of ADHD kicking in, right? But, what I was trying to say, Eugenia did talk about and was very open in multiple videos. There was a apartment tour that she did when her mom had gotten her and Chip a shared apartment in LA so Chip can pursue his animation career to work potentially one day with Disney doing animations. Something he's passionate about. We've also talked about how Chip draws her anatomy and other really, really weird aspects and things, and it's very inappropriate, and the mom doesn't pump the brakes on it. It's allowed to happen. But Eugenia has talked about multiple times, not just in this LA apartment, but even old homes that they were in, that Chip basically can just come into her room, take her things, or even come into her room and cook her out of her bedroom so he can spend time in there, and she just kind of has to leave and find something else to do. She also talked about how there was a shared bathroom situation, but she just so happened to have the room that the bathroom was in, so when Chip would wake up for school in the morning, she would have to wake up herself and leave the bedroom so Chip could use the bathroom that was attached to the bedroom. So even in her own homes growing up, there was never really that sense of, you own this is your portion of the house, this is your own private space. It's always been pretty much shared 50-50 with Chip and anybody else in the household who just so happened to want to come into it. Y'all, she also made a video talking about the things that freak her out, creep her out, whichever word you want to use, terminology, whatever. And she was basically saying how it creeps her out whenever her brother will come into the room and just randomly stare at her, which again, there should be boundaries. If it's her space, it's her space. Vice versa, you know what I mean? And she would say it creeps her out when she's just doing her thing, minding her own business, and then she looks over and her brother's there just staring at her. Red flags, right? But then she also talked about how she gets irritated when people will burst into her room without knocking and getting the proper permission to enter the bedroom. What if she was changing? What if she was this, that, and the third? You know, she said that it really just irks her that people will bust into her bedroom randomly without giving her any sorts of heads up. And we talked about the father doing this multiple times on stream, where he'll enter the room, and she'll be like, oh, hey, I'm streaming, and he'll just, oh, my bad, didn't mean to come in here, and just close the door. So she definitely is sharing her private space and time with individuals without them having the proper permission to come into the bedroom or take over the bedroom as well.
Yep, Five of Pentacles. The power dynamic is screwed up. The Two of Wands reverse, which is like misguided aggressions or passive aggressiveness. The Five of Pentacles is a worry for me, because the Five of Pentacles is like an apprenticeship card. The mom should be above the child until the child grows up, and then the dynamic switches. The dynamic never switched. That's why the Two of Wands reverse, it's passive aggressiveness. The Judgment card is upright as well. Then we see the Eight of Wands. This is rapid change, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. This is dependability. So the Judgment card's upright, which says that her support system is her mom, which is not healthy, clearly. And the Two of Swords is the separation. And then we see the Six of Pentacles, like dependability. Her mom wants her dependent on her, for sure. I mean, that's very clear. Very clear. I'm telling you, there's something going on with the dad. The Emperor's reverse. Listen to me. I don't particularly know. We probably will never know this unless someone comes forward or she says something or whatever the case may be. But there's something to do with the dad, and I can't figure it out, you guys. The Emperor's reverse. That's dad. Again, I keep seeing him. He's all over this whole spread. Literally, it's like dad. Like, we got the mom in the beginning, but it's all surrounding the dad. I don't know what the hell is going on there. But the Six of Pentacles being upright in the Two of Swords is her wanting to separate, but she's stuck. For some reason, the Six of Pentacles would be like if I was in a really bad contract. That's what it's like. It's like I'm in a really bad contract. That's literally what this energy is like. She's in a really bad contract. The Eight of Wands is upright, though, so here's what I will tell you. I actually think that Eugenia is going to separate. This girl is smarter than you guys realize, and I do think she has a little bit of a fire lit under her ass, and I actually think that she has a plan. I don't think she knows how to enact it just yet, but this girl has a plan. I don't know if she shared it with anyone. It might be in the back of her head, but she has a plan to get out, because the Death card is about a change that's going to be forced on her, which was the World is about completion of cycles, And the Three of Swords is a heartbreak, which means that it's going to, here it is. This would be a move. This would be self-sabotage and the Ten of Pentacles. Her mother, she's tried to move out before, or at least someone has tried to help her. It might be an internet friend with the Six of Swords. Sometimes distance travel changed the internet. She's tried to get out before, but the Ten of Pentacles tells me there's something with the money. I think her mom, listen to me. I think her mom has a way of lying about the way things work, because it seems like there's like a this would be like her having enough money, but this would be like her having enough money, but her, like, someone could like pretend like it's not enough, or someone could like say, oh, it fell through, oh, it wouldn't work, oh, it wouldn't, do that. Like there's something weird. That's weird to me. That energy is weird. This is self-sabotage.
Now, with him pulling up these self-sabotage cards and how she has a plan to basically get out of the situation, no matter what the plan is, it says somebody tried to reach out to her and help her possibly get out of the situation, which I think was possibly referring to Jacqueline Glenn. Whenever they did reach out to her, got her psychologically evaluated, that she could have potentially had a way out if she was vocal with the psychological evaluation team and told them, yeah, it is fairly rough what I'm going through at home. And if she would have opened up about it more with the psychological evaluation team, they could have potentially put her in some form of temporary housing with assisted care or assisted living, so that she could help basically just learn how to take care of herself and get on her feet. He also talked about the trust issues that Eugenia has, and I feel like potentially those trust issues could stem from a lot of things, but probably because she was so sheltered, the mom never let her do anything by herself. She always had a driver, probably because the mom told her the world's just a big bad place and she don't want to be out alone. I don't know, but there is trust issues. Maybe that's why she didn't trust to talk to that psychological evaluation team, or even Jacqueline Glenn to go further into details about getting her out of the home and getting her proper help. But also, I just want to quickly bring up, before I move on to the next portion of what I want to say, that death card, how it resembles the change, the way to get out. What if Eugenia feels like the only way to actually escape what she's going through is to no longer be here to go through it? So what if she isn't going to seek recovery, because that's the only thing she knows to do to get out of the situation that she's currently going through, is to no longer walk the earth anymore, to have to experience what she's experienced or continues to experience. But then about that financial card and how he said something fell through, or it's just not working, or you don't have enough funds to do it. What if Eugenia Cooney actively saved up or attempted to get her own place, or attempted to do something and be away from the household? I could quite literally see her not having the thinking or problem solving skills to find her own apartment, go through the logistics of everything, get the down payment, deposit, security, everything. I just don't see her knowing how to do that by herself. So potentially she would ask her mom to help her with it, and this is all allegedly. What if she did ask her mom or somebody to help her get an apartment, and Deb lied and said you don't have enough money, or it fell through, or oh, it's just not working, or this, that, and the third, and that's why Eugenia is still stuck at home? But again, this is all allegedly, but it would make a lot of sense. It really would make a lot of sense, especially with her in the first few cards that he pulled saying that she was a victim to her environment. It would make sense if she is the victim to stunted growth in an environment where it's very toxic and she wants out of the situation, doesn't know how to get out of the situation, that has such terrible trust instilled in people that she doesn't know who to talk to get out of the situation because her mom doesn't allow her to, if that makes sense.
Which means she kind of knows better, but she let it happen because she assumed the best when she should have known better. Because this is about things getting worse before they get better. Then the Magician's upright and the Seven of Wands reverse. So she's like, she can't do things herself. The Magician's upright, which is like a communication. So it's like, I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you that it's not going to work, so you can't do that. There's something weird about that. I think that's the mom. Okay. The Ten of Cups is the family card and it's reversed. We already know the family's a mess. But the Two of Pentacles upright, the Five of Swords upright, and the King of Wands. I am very concerned about contracts that she's already signed, especially with that Six of Pentacles before. The Two of Pentacles is an equal exchange, but this is an equal exchange between her. This is an equal exchange between her and her mom. Well, not her and her mom, but like her mom and these people. And the Four of Pentacles is a greedy, selfish card. This bothers me because what it seems like is if you do, like, it's... Nobody goes through Eugenia, they go through someone else. And it seems like her mom has specifically hired people around her on purpose. Like, they're not, I'm telling you, this reading, coincides with a lot of stuff that Jacqueline said, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. A lot of this coincides with it.
This is interesting, and I've never thought about this, but what if, potentially, why are there so many people hired around Eugenia, including a lawyer who was present for when they did that Shane documentary, just to make sure that she didn't talk about anything that wasn't supposed to be talked about or could have painted the family in a negative light. And I hate to say this, but what if, because Deb's a shady individual, and I would not run anything past that woman, but what if Deb kind of made Eugenia sign a contract, or NDA almost, to where she couldn't talk about what exactly happened to her, or just what if, you know? And that's why she has this driver and everybody else around her, like, at all times, just to make sure that that broken pot doesn't leak water. What if Deb even threatened legal action against Eugenia if she would come forward and speak about trauma? Because I don't think Eugenia would fully understand that, even though it's her right to speak about her personal experiences, I don't think that she would understand that she couldn't get in trouble for coming forward about something that's happened to her. You know what I mean? Like, what if the mom was like, well, I'll get you for defamation, this, that, and the third, or this, that, and the third, and you're going to be homeless, you're going to be by yourself, and da-da-da, we'll cut you off, you'll have to fend for yourself financially, or sign this contract and, you know, just keep it under wraps, and you can keep living here or something. I don't know how to, like, properly explain this, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to get at with it.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I kind of half expected it to be like, oh, maybe they're being a little bit over dramatic. I think they're underselling this situation. I think that they are underselling the situation. I think that this situation existed before Eugenia got popular. And I think one of the ways that Eugenia was able to cope with this was through content creation. This existed pre-content creation for Eugenia. This already existed way before. Mind you, I have not even seen, I mean, I can't read health, but I have not even seen the devil card or anything like that. I'm not even seeing that issue, which means this goes deeper than just like an eating order or whatever. Whatever. It goes deeper than anything like that. This is literally big. Can she drive? Because if she can't drive, because this would be like me telling you you're not allowed to drive. Like, does anyone know if she can drive? Because the Hermit card is about isolating her, okay? The Four of Swords is about telling her she can't do this, she can't do that, she can't do this, she can't do that. And the Chariot is reversed, about halting in progress. Even like literally like saying you can't go out, you can't do this. Like, again, coinciding what we said, but like this would be like me purposely making it so you can't drive. Like, that's literally what this means. The other problem I have with this, and I'm getting a little bit angry because this bothers me. I'm a very protective spirit, so this really gets me upset. The Four of Swords would be a healing card, and it's reversed. So I can't really touch on health. What I can tell you is if I pull a reverse Four of Swords, somebody is not healing at all. In fact, why is there a card that signifies a halt in progress next to a healing card that is reversed? So why is there a block from healing? What is that? Why is there a block from healing? Who is blocking the healing? The Hermit card's upright. Why is somebody being isolated and unable to heal? What is this? This is exactly why I didn't want to do a reading on Eugenia Cooney before she came back. I have been asked to do this reading 6 million times before Eugenia came back, and I was like, I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want to, get into it. I want her to recover and be healthy and happy. I want to give her a space, whatever. That's why I've been, you guys know, you've been asking for this for months. I've been very, very, very like, I don't want to do it. But now that they post a video, I was like, okay, fine. It's public now. That's great. I'll do a reading on it. But this is bad.
Again, Deb's never fully acknowledged the extent of how bad Eugenia truly is. She'll just say, oh, she's my skinny mini. She's skinny, y'all. Leave it alone. And I truly, truly do, at the end of the day, feel like there is something going on to where possibly, I think, Eugenia probably did want recovery for herself at some point, but I feel like if it's true and the family is blocking her from being independent, blocking her from living a normal life, living any type of life, potentially she could want a way out, and maybe the way out for her, the only way she sees a way out, is just to keep slowly unaliving herself, And Eugenia can't drive. She can't drive, by the way. I don't know specifically what it's called. Y'all can make fun of me in the comment section if you want, but I just can't think of the word off the top of my head. It's like a corridor almost where You have a road that goes past all the homes on your street, and at the end of the road, there's a little circle that you do that takes you back past those houses. Does that make sense? And the most she's ever really driven, especially on camera, is one, either in the driveway, or two, through that little corridor. And when she would drive, Deb was always like an anxious second passenger. What do you say? She was always trying to make it seem like it was worse than what it was. And I think she potentially could have done that just to like stunt Eugenia's confidence with moving forward with driving. I don't know. But I highly believe, and this is all allegations and speculation, allegedly, all of it is allegedly, that Deb doesn't want, she doesn't want Eugenia to just live. She doesn't want that normal, happy life that everybody should have the right to have. And she stunted Eugenia from living that life. And it's scary. She did stunt Eugenia from getting that healing that she so desperately needs. And I don't know why. Nobody knows why, really. And hopefully one day it all comes out. But until then, this video is just more so just to raise awareness about how terrible it really could be for her at home.
So the Six of Cups is the past. We know it's been going on forever, but the Queen of Swords upright and the Knight of Wands reverse also concerns me. I don't know the dynamic with her brother, but I'm going to be very blunt. I'm going to be very blunt here. Here's the Queen of Wands. There's another transference between her and her brother. Like, it's literally like, it would be like if I pit children against one another, allegedly. Am I even going to be able to post this? The Sun is upright, the King of Swords reverse, and the Knight of Cups is reverse as well. Her brother has actually told someone something too. Her brother said something to someone. There's a paper trail with her brother. He said something to someone. The King of Swords being reversed and the Sun upright. Because that's about being alienated or pushed to the side. So it's almost like, let me explain this to you. This would be like, oh, you didn't follow the rules, you're out. Pushing someone out, right? The King of Swords being reversed, like pushing someone out, and then in order for them to come back, they have to like kiss the ring. But even when they come back, the issue with the King of Swords reversed is while they were away, they spoke things they shouldn't. So this would be like messaging someone or saying something when we're ostracized or in a bad place. So this is like, he must have did something wrong once. This is weird. This reminds me of a dictatorship, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only.
Wow, that's super interesting. I don't know, like, proof of this, because I never really truly looked into it like that heavy, so I don't know, like, I don't know. But there was that speculation that Chip was on the spectrum, and he allegedly went to, like, a special needs type of education center. What if something happened? Because they did go to LA for him to do animation. What if while he was in class or something, he talked to somebody he wasn't supposed to, or said something he was not supposed to say, and Deb flipped out? I don't know. But that's such an interesting theory right there. And that's really cool too, because I've never heard that discussed. And again, it's tarot readings, but how accurate that this could be, and the cards that are pulled that we can talk about, you know, how we can compare the cards to real things that's actually happened with Eugenia and things that have went on. It's really unsettling and honestly extremely disturbing to think that this could be a very accurate reading.
By the way, for those of you wondering, I don't think the sole motivator is money, by the way. I don't even know I don't even know if they were really that bad off beforehand. This is control. And it's something to do, it's a deep-seated wound from the dynamic between the mom and the dad. Because right here, King and Queen of Pentacles reversed and Nine of Pentacles reversed. It's all relationship dynamics, stability dynamics between a man and a woman. I'm going to pull from the other deck. This is a little bit, I mean, I just keep seeing, I keep having images of like Mommy Dearest being flashed in my head. You know, it's just bothering. I don't know. This whole situation is bothering me. It's like it's like two extremes. Like her brother and her. It's like two extremes. Like I don't understand it. Oh no, this is not over. 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 You guys, you wanted your next scandal. Guess what? Buckle up. This is not ending. This is not ending. It's not ending. The Perchance to Dream card says, 1, this is not over. There's still more left. And 2, this means that she's cut off right before she can do anything. So yes, this coincides with everything. Like she can't get super far because she's basically been Stockholm syndromed and told that she can't do this, she can't do that. This would be like, oh, you can't do this, honey. You can't do that, honey. You can't do this, honey. To the point where you're almost like, you believe it. This would be like if I kept telling you, you suck at this, you suck at this, till you start to believe it. This is how she's gotten to the place that she's in.
Now, all speculation aside, but again, this is allegedly for legal reasons, but all speculation aside, we have seen time and time again, she'll be on live stream, whether it was Twitch or TikTok, and she spilled makeup before on her couch. I think it was face powder or something, and she didn't know how to clean it. She freaked out, and she called her mom, and her mom had to come in and clean it for her. Then there's another time there was a bug in the room, and she called her mom and was like, what do I do? What do I do? There was another time she was on stream. She wanted her Nintendo DS, but she had to call her mom first to see if it was even okay to leave the room to go upstairs and to get the Nintendo DS. There's also been a lot of other moments where, for instance, there was a video where they did gardening together, and she spilled a little bit of dirt on her socks, and she looked at her mom, she's like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? Full-blown panic attack, because she genuinely didn't know to just dust off the socks, and the mom kind of just rolled her eyes and was like, oh, I'll get it, just don't panic, I got it. And like, she had an attitude for having to help, but it's like, Deb, you made her that way, quite literally. But that is so true, allegedly, because we've seen it. We have seen it. There's evidence. There's videos everywhere, whether it's, like I said, from Twitch, or not you now specifically, but Twitch, YouTube videos, and little stream moments that she's had over on TikTok where she'll have to call her mom to get permission or to ask how to work something, or we've seen it. So I really do think that Deb does her best to dumb down Eugenia, especially y'all. There has been in the Christmas tour videos that we talked about earlier where Eugenia will be like, this thingy right here, and Deb won't even say what it is. Like, she'll just let Eugenia keep believing the name of the object is this thing right here.
The Black Flower Fragrance, you guys remember this from the Sister Scandal video with Mr. James Charles. This is about negative things being attracted. So there are so much more things that are about to come. There's so much more that's about to come out, you guys. This is not just one thing. Also, there's another issue. Again, I can't really do health, but this isn't just eating her. This isn't just eating. There's another issue. I don't know what the hell it is. There's another issue. The blindness to pain card. I mean, I expected to pick this card. I mean, this speaks for itself. She's literally numb to the pain. She's just used to this. She's Stockholm syndromed. This is people being pissed off, forgetting oneself. She doesn't really realize how powerful she is in her. It's in there. It's in the back of her mind. She has a plan to get out. She doesn't really know how to do it just yet. But listen, if I was a friend to Eugenia, if I knew her, listen to her, try your way, because she knows she's trying to separate. I even pulled the regret card, which tells me that she definitely regrets a lot of the decisions that she made. Listen to me. I don't know what went down in rehab for her, but she had a realization. She's being patient. There it is. Like I said earlier, this is fated to suffer. This dynamic between her and her parents. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It reminds me of like a Disney movie, you know, like a stepsister, like the evil stepmothers or whatever. I don't know. There's something strange about the whole dynamic. I don't know.
Who's ready for Revoke to get extremely long-winded with this response? Now listen, hear me out. I have said time and time again, I really don't believe that Deb is the true mother, just simply because, not because they don't look alike, they have a little bit of similarities, but just, in my opinion, y'all, I know that you can be blonde-headed and get with the male who has brown hair, then have 2 kids with brown hair, but at the same time, Deb does look like Chip, and I will say that much, and it's not the weight thing, and I hate when people say, oh, they only look alike because they're both, heavier. They're both high-calorie people. That's not what I mean. Her and Chip share similar facial features, okay? And again, it's not because they're high-calorie, it's just because. And Eugenia doesn't look or act anything like Deb, in my opinion. Sure, they both have psycho fucking moments, but I mean, I think more so it's her being a product of her environment and seeing Deb behave that way to why she behaves that way. But I said before, I really don't think Deb is the parent strictly because the lack of maternal instinct that she has with Eugenia, the lack of care and love and fondness that she should treat Eugenia with that she just doesn't. The relationship does seem very estranged. And I will say, y'all remember when she was born, she talked about the fact that her name was Colleen Cooney. Then it got changed randomly after birth to Eugenia Cooney. So she was born Colleen, a few days into being born. Oh, my name's Eugenia now. And I said, what if Eugenia was kind of like a love child with somebody else that Kevin ended up having, but something didn't work or something happened, and now Deb is the mom, and maybe that's why she lacks maternal instinct when it comes to Eugenia, because that's not her biological daughter. Either way, this has been very interesting. There's still a few more minutes of it, but I do want to, in the next video, if it's okay with y'all, not the very next video, but in a few videos out, react to his reading on the parents. I have not even watched that yet, but I feel like it would be extremely interesting.
You guys, listen, I don't know. This is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Listen, for all I know, she could be completely fine. But whatever. I guess I just hope that Eugenia can figure it out. But what I would say to anyone who knows Eugenia, whatever, just listen, okay, and try to chase some of the trails from the past, because there are still leftover things. What I see is literally in my mind, what I see is literally DMs or text messages that are left waiting. It's an unread message. It's literally an unread message. That's what I'm seeing. An unread message or unread email or something like that. It's literally what I see in my brain. I literally see an unread message in my brain. So there is definitely something from the past.
This is something I heavily agree with. I really feel like the past holds a lot of secrets, and is not even really secrets. I feel like it's just stuff that wasn't really picked up on. As I said, she had a lot of moments in her content where you look at it and you're a little bit why would you leave that in there? Or why would you upload this? It doesn't make your family look good or your mom look good or this, that, and the third. So I feel like she did a lot of things on purpose to drop hints, but I feel like they were heavily overlooked. Can we just, for one moment, too, talk about the police department? The FBI's, who allegedly watches her content or used to watch her content just in case she would move an item so that they would know if she's in trouble or not. But God forbid somebody would say she's in trouble, they'd show up to the house, they have that script, and they're like, oh yeah, she's fine. She takes good care of herself. Why are even the cops saying it if you can just clearly look at this woman? And even the psychological evaluation team said she needs to be admitted. But Police Chief James Heavey, I'm pretty sure that is his name. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section down below. It's been a minute since I've looked at that. But James Heavey is the one who, if y'all remember, first video I think I've ever made on Eugenia was a short 30-minute docu-type video, and there was a phone call in there from a streamer where he attempted to reach out to James Heavey and talk to him about his concerns for Eugenia Cooney. The police chief was like, oh yeah, we're real good friends with her and she's perfectly fine. They wanted nothing to do with the situation. I don't know if they were paid off or what, that's speculation, but nobody wants to help her, allegedly, because that's what it seems like from all the videos. Did y'all hear the cops drive by? Maybe it was meant to be, bringing up the police chief. But y'all, holy wow, wowzers, because the video is going to be 60 minutes long, and I was not expecting to have an hour-long video for the day, but it is what it is. And everything we talked about was insane. Wow. That's a lot. It's a lot of sirens outside. That's a lot going on. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I do want to make this into a two-part series. So this is going to be the first half talking about Eugenia. Then we're going to have a second half with him basically doing a reading on the parents. Y'all, after I make that second half of this video, I might even upload them part 1 and 2 together and just a huge long video. So we can just sit here and like talk to you the entire time. It'll be a super long video, probably like a 2-hour video if I would react to both of them and put them together. But I hope that's something that you're down for, because I think that's what I'm going to do after I have the part 2 up. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions about anything we discussed in today's video in the comment section down below. I know this was just a tarot reading, and a lot of people don't really believe in that. But whether you're a believer of tarot cards or spiritual realm or anything, you have to admit this was a very, very accurate, allegedly, reading. This reading was very accurate. Again, allegedly. But with that being said, please jump to the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And I will catch you in my next damn video.